12 people, including a tweenager, came to my house tonight to play a role playing game. And we all had fun. And that's the point, isn't it? In different seasons of life and in different kinds of groups, you want to play different kinds of games. And are all 12 people going to come over on the regular? Probably not. In fact, I hope not. That's a lot of people to corral for your average game that's here on my shelf waiting to be played. But for games like tonight's Ghost Court or For the Queen or Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast or Blood on the Clock Tower especially, you want to have that many folks waiting around looking for something fun to do. And my other goal for tonight was to identify and introduce to each other and get people comfortable who might want to play other games together. So after we did about an hour of Ghost Court, rounds are 5 minutes and increasingly silly, and ate most of a cheese plate, I pulled out my show and tell. We had already talked about the quiet year because it had come up in conversation before everyone arrived. And I got to show them the map my students made on a foam core board that sits here in my office waiting to be shown off. But I also then was able to show off Yazeba's and the beautiful pink box, City of Winter, and unfurl the scroll and map. I was able to show the Juben Shah, who's small and packs a punch. And I was able to give these kinds of elevator pitches and keep an eye on swivel for whose eyes were sparking up or who was actively saying, I want to play that. So, what do you do next? Or what do I do next? Advice in the comments, of course, reasonably welcome. But so far, what I've done is when I sent this initial invitation out, I said, we're playing on Sunday because it's a free time in my playing schedule. That's an unusual opportunity. But here, have a when to meet list of when are you normally free. And it looks like I'm seeing some coalescing around particular days and times that allow me to send out an email every week to say, I'm playing this game and I'm looking to find folks who are interested in it. And I think that'll be a good rhythm for a while. And then we've got some folks coming to campus like Meg A. Baker and Jay Dragon, who are going to be doing public game events as well as game events for me and my crew. I feel so much better that I have a group of folks who are not just interested in role playing in terms of my regular D&D group, but are interested in what I've been calling game tasting. Low commitment, you're just committing to a concept for an evening, and then we can build from there. My ultimate goal, because of different things that I'm working on, is to get to more limited run campaigns. But I don't have the mental bandwidth for that for a little while, and I want to see how these groups play together, how they interact, what they gravitate to, what they get excited about, so that when I think about things like Deathmatch Island or Die or Triangle Agency or these other kinds of games, that I have a sense in my head of who I want to play them with, of the folks who are super excited. And this, I should note, is not just happening here in the town I live in. It's very likely that I'm going to spend a lot of this year on the road in one way or another. I'm going to the American Society for 18th Century Studies. I am running a game room there too. I'm going to be on the road in Germany and the UK in the summer. Gonna figure some of that out too. And then I have some hopes for the fall that if they pan out also means that I'm going to start this process all over again. And I think that's a really important thing for me to be thinking about, even at the dawn of this, is that it's not about building the one group that will be together forever. That's not how any of this works. That's not how life works. But instead, to get back into the habit of opening the door and finding out who comes through it. And I hope that this little vlog series gives you, if you're on the fence about whether you should do a similar kind of thing or find your own pathway to building new groups, a little bit of inspiration. You don't have to be the most charismatic human being with the best hosting skills already. And you certainly don't have to be a game master in order to have fun with your friends. You'll improve in the ways that you're gonna improve, but also you don't have to be in charge. You just have to be the person who opens the door. Good night, everybody.